So here's the book I wrote, UFOs over Colorado. I dug real deep into various UFO organizations, contacted a bunch of UFO researchers, got some original cases of my own, and let's just start digging into what I think are the top 20 Colorado cases. And next case I want to talk about, case number 12, is a really interesting UFO healing case. I've done a lot of research into UFO healings. I wrote a book about it, which covers some 300 cases of people who've been healed as a result of a UFO encounter. I think UFOs get a lot of bad publicity, but I have to tell you, there is a very benevolent aspect to a lot of encounters. And I've gotten cases of people healed of, you name it, everything from colds to cancer. And that's what happened in this case. A gentleman was suffering from skin cancer. He had several large melanomas, and he was driving through the town of Longmont, Colorado, with his wife. This is on November 19th, 1980. He's an art teacher, and they heard this very loud swishing noise. And at that moment, a bright beam of light came and locked onto their car. The car lights dimmed, the radio failed, and next thing they know, their car is actually being lifted up off the highway. It scared the daylights out of them. Next thing they know, they're back on the highway, and it's now some hours later. It's now 1 a.m., and they quickly drove home, and when they got home, this is when the witness noticed that his melanomas had, quote, been greatly reduced in size and coloration. So they reported their sighting, and this incident was actually investigated by Linda Moulton Howe and Richard Sigismund and other investigators. The witnesses were put under hypnosis, and under hypnosis, they recalled being pulled inside an object, seeing gray-skinned beings, your typical grays. They were wearing shiny gold uniforms. The witnesses were separated and physically examined by a, quote, a floating light. The husband said that the ETs were very interested in his memories and were recording his memories. They gave him various messages, told him that there are multiple dimensions coexisting within our own. They communicated through telepathy, and after just physically examining them, returned them back to their car. This was very traumatic for the witnesses. They did not feel like this was a benevolent encounter, although they were healed. They did report this, as I mentioned, to the CUFOS, the J. Allen Hynek Center for UFO Studies, and eventually, they stopped cooperating with investigators because recovering these memories was just too traumatic for them. But I find this case interesting because it's one of many in which people have been healed as a result of a UFO encounter. This account appeared in Richard Hall's book, Uninvited Guests, and also appeared in a number of other UFO books.